a shattering tremor rips through the sky.
The final battle.
The ground splits like glass. Reality itself folds as the Demon Slayer core is pulled into a terrifying dimension, a twisted castle suspended in an endless void, where Muzan Kibutsuji reigns supreme. This isn't just another mission. This is the final war, and not all will return. Welcome to the Infinity Castle full movie recap. This is part 1 of our full breakdown of Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle arc based on the confirmed manga arc. We'll blend canon events with speculative anime-only expansions, and explore what could unfold in this visually groundbreaking movie. Subscribe now to FMR, free movie recaps, where every story lives again. It starts just moments after Season 4's ending. Kagaya Abuyoshiki, the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, sacrifices himself in a desperate bid to weaken Muzan. His mansion explodes in white flame, illuminating the night sky. The Hashira and other Corps members stare in horror, then rage. Suddenly, Neikime, the Biwa-playing demon, activates her blood art. Each Demon Slayer is pulled into the Infinity Castle, a labyrinth that shifts, breathes, and feeds on their fear. The camera spins wildly as Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and the Hashira crash into separate zones of the castle. Muzan stands in the highest chamber, emotionless. He declares, "The age of humans ends tonight." Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle. Tanjiro and Ju vs Akaza. Tanjiro wakes in a misty, shoji-walled hall. Blood runs beneath the floorboards. Ju appears beside him. They're not alone. Akaza, upper rank 3, emerges. The fight begins immediately. The anime expands this into a 7-minute set piece. The animation here will rival the Mugen Train's best moments. Rapid-fire punches, shockwave slashes, ice breath clashing with Tanjiro's flame-water hybrid style. Ju remembers Sabito. Tanjiro sees Rengoku in his mind. "If I falter now, I disgrace them all." Tanjiro. Added scene, Akaza briefly sees his human past, his fiancé and master, hinting at his tragic heart before becoming a demon. He hesitates for a second, and that nearly gets him killed. But this isn't the end. Akaza regenerates faster than ever. The castle amplifies his blood demon art. We fade out on a slow-motion clash, Tanjiro with his flaming blade, Ju's water dragons, and Akaza roaring in madness. Yellow circle Zenitsu vs Kaigaku. Somewhere deep in the castle, thunder crackles. Zenitsu walks alone, terrified. But then he sees him, Kaigaku, his former senior, now an upper-ranked demon, betrayer, rival, and a twisted version of everything Zenitsu could have become. "You're still a coward," Kaigaku taunts. "No," Zenitsu whispers. "I've just learned to scream and strike." What follows is Zenitsu's greatest moment. He unveils his 7th form, Hano Ikazuchi no Kami, created by him, alone. A flaming thunder god descends. Kaigaku was vaporized in a blaze of yellow light, but Zenitsu collapses too. Speculation, he hears his master's voice. The ghost of Jigoro Kawajima, nodding in silent pride. Test tube Shinobu vs Doma. In a frozen chamber filled with spider lilies and mirrors, the insect Hashira confronts Doma, upper rank 2. He smiles with false innocence. "You're prettier when you're not angry, Shinobu." This battle is horrifying, graceful poison strikes versus overwhelming blood mist. But Shinobu has a secret. She spent months saturating her body with wisteria poison. Her death will be her final blow. Confirmed manga event, Doma absorbs Shinobu, but begins rotting from within. Her poison tears him apart from the inside. "Even in death, I win." Shinobu. As Doma stumbles, Kaneo and Inosuke arrive for the final blow. Added scene, we see a glowing, spirit-like Shinobu holding her sister's hand, smiling as she fades. The camera pans to Muzan, calmly watching from above. He crushes Neikime with his own power, needing no distractions now. He begins transforming. Black veins crawl over his face. His body mutates. Time is irrelevant to gods. Back with Tanjiro, the fight with Akaza ends as the demon finally dies, flashbacking to his childhood, tears falling as he fades. But the victory is hollow. The Infinity Castle begins collapsing, folding into a void. Muzan descends, landing in front of the survivors. Tanjiro collapses. Nezuko runs toward him, now fully human again. But Muzan smiles. "You've given me the one thing I needed, a new body." He stabs Tanjiro through the heart. Black blood surges. Tanjiro's eyes flicker red. The Demon Slayer core is pulled into the Infinity Castle. Akaza is killed after a brutal battle with Tanjiro and Ju. Zenitsu defeats Kaigaku with a self-made thunder god form. Shinobu sacrifices herself to destroy Doma. Muzan begins evolving and targets Nezuko. Tanjiro is stabbed by Muzan, potentially turning demonic. If you thought this was intense, Part 2 will break your heart. We'll cover Tanjiro's fate, Nezuko's true purpose, the return of Yorichi's spirit, and the epic final dawn battle with Muzan. Hit subscribe and tap the bell, because FMR is bringing you the full saga in ways you've never seen before.
The final battle.